Stephen, you were right in terms of we may not know exactly where we are. But the big move which has happened is the government is very clearly trying to understand where we are, where we should be, and what steps there should be taken. NEHA is the body which is being formed, which is the National E-Health Authority. It's a very significant move on the part of the government. It will be appropriately staffed and funded. It also has an open-minded approach in terms of getting insights from the sector, because the government is also acknowledging the fact that 80% of care is happening in the private sector. So we have the beginnings of something extremely exciting on that front. A lot of this is open. The Ministry of Health is putting this up on the website. So my first appeal to all of you is to please go onto the websites, read what's there, participate, try to understand, and be part of creating the journey and the roadmap, because we can do it, and they are listening. There is also a move to create an additional body, which is IHIN, which is the Indian Health Information Network, which is a private body with the chairpersonship of the Secretary of Health, which will serve as an advisory board to NEHA, which is a primarily government body. So this is something we are trying to advocate, to say that the space is moving too fast. Don't put it into a purely regulatory environment, but actually be open to very large private participation in an extremely dynamic way. So this is something that, please stay clued into. We'll find the way. I love the idea of the best practice network, and I would throw it open to all of you, saying, should you do a mini group? And asked Dr. Ganapathy and Arvind. This was something that started 3 years ago, but the momentum wasn't enough, so I don't think they sustained it. Dr. Ganapathy, is it time to do it again? Do you want to use the same website? Start putting up best practices. Anyway, a lot of you meet year after year at the program, so see how we can make that happen. With this, I think I'm the one standing between you and lunch right now, so I'm going to be really quick. The first thing is, on behalf of everybody in the room, we want to thank these brilliant 4 speakers. So let's give them. I think Russ, said it briefly, but he encapsulated in 20 minutes the fact that the world is changing. There's the changing demographic. There's IT bringing in new things. There's patient expectation and consumerism. If you're doing your e-ticket and your Google Mail is telling you if your flight is delayed, and also prompting you about a new ticket or a new airplane, why isn't your doctor office doing the same thing for you? So the consumerism, the technology, the artificial intelligence capability, all these are driving us into a new world. So he asked us a very basic question: are you transforming healthcare, or are you revolutionizing healthcare? So show of hands, vote. Should we change the conference name to Revolutionizing Healthcare? How many say yes? Okay. So Russ, you did what you wanted to do. Give him a big hand. That's superb. Now, it's very important in difficult times, changing world, all kinds of stuff, difficult decisions, to find a way. And so thank you, Stephen. You said you gave us the roadmap. Here's the cheat sheet. Look at the 3 layers. Look at the first of the embryo adoption, look at the next of the continuum of care, and then go into the analytics model. With these 3 and the detailed questionnaires available, this is truly a cheat sheet for your IT adoption model. However, I have a question in that one, Steve. When you do the continuum of care model, what is the correlation to standard treatment guidelines? As part of FICCI, we created standard treatment guidelines and put them up on the website. Is there an interrelationship to that? And is there an automatic linkage between these 2? And if you'd like to talk offline, I understand as well.
Yeah, I think you may well be asking a question that's beyond my pay grade and understanding the inner workings of that model. I don't think it does, but I hesitate to say definitively.
And I would request if we could dialogue on that, because that is the intuitive connectivity.
Yeah.
And that's what we really want to see. So when we're using a model, can we push it to do everything that we need to do? But thank you so much, because the roadmap is really what we need in these difficult times. Anjali, the one word I take away is Google and convergence. You're saying best practices from Uber to Airbnb. How do we use those technologies of maps, of intuitive consumer understanding? How do we put artificial intelligence? And can you take this tremendous computing capacity and create a common shared platform which can be adopted to 100 app developers, so that each one of us are automatically as good or as powerful as some of the Google engines in some aspects. So that's the wish list. We wish you luck on your journey, and we hope you can really make it happen. And finally, I think we must thank Manish for something which is always difficult, but as the Army and the Air Force let us sleep well at night, maybe if we follow his guidelines, we'll sleep well at night about our security as well. I want to end by thanking all of you for your tremendous role, because none of this could happen without a fabulous audience. And you truly are extremely well-informed, super motivated, finding paths, finding new ways, and we will continue the dialogue. Thank you so much for your participation. It's a pleasure being with all of you.